What's good, room service gang? You know what? Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch had a few things to say yesterday, and I wasn't too fond of everything they said. How they mentioned it, it seemed like they were on the defense a little bit. It was a couple reporters that asked some things, and their responses to it to me wasn't great. If I had to grade that press conference, it would be below average. I would say about a D because to me, I feel like you should just take ownership a little bit more. And it's okay. It's okay to come to the terms and in the grips with things that, hey, we made a few mistakes. We'll go about it differently the next time. Maybe we'll readjust some things because having a healthy quarterback is the most important thing. But I got a clip here for you guys that I got from Grant Cohn, who's dope. I got it from him. He follows the 49ers. And matter of fact, let's just watch it real quick, and then I'll have something to say after that.
Trey had his issues, and Trey's had a rough go here the last couple of years. He's obviously going to have to prove that he can stay healthy.
That right there, first, Trey's gonna have to prove that he can stay healthy. How does that even make sense? Duh. Isn't that everybody? Everybody has to prove they can stay healthy. But to me, it's like y'all act like it was his fault. Did you forget that you called the play that put him in a position he didn't need to be in? I'm gonna forever blame Kyle Shanahan for that. It is what it is. That's just how I feel. And I get them two are like one, and they work together and they agree on everything apparently. But I wasn't too happy about that. But let's continue.
But I know, there's periods of my career early on where I struggled to stay healthy. Then I went 8 years without missing a snap. So that happens sometimes. And yeah, it does. I'm sure people wonder. Jimmy's had his issues. But believe me, it's nothing the way we play our quarterbacks or anything. I think it's just, coincidence, and we look into everything, but I don't think we have any more of an issue than anybody else. I think that's a tough position in this league.
All right. I'm gonna let him continue. But again, I call BS. I don't think it's a coincidence. I would say 2 out of the 4 quarterbacks that got injured for the Niners this year could have been prevented. Let's start with Brock Purdy first. Tyler Kroft shouldn't have been there blocking Hassan Reddick. They was acting like they didn't even know who this man was. This man almost had 20 sacks this year. How do you not know that? And Tyler Kroft just coming off of being inactive, you get thrusted in an NFC Championship game against one of the top rushers in the league? What do you think is going to happen? Brock Purdy injured. And they updated us on that as well, and they said that it's looking like on both sides that he can come back in 6 months if they don't go the Tommy John route. And that's good for Brock. That's good for us in general. So that was the good news that I took away from this. Other than that, I wasn't too happy with how everything turned out. But let's continue.
We're good.
With all due respect to John's answer about quarterbacks, when you go through a season and you have 4 quarterbacks get hurt, does it cause you as a coach any hesitation? They're all different. Cause you as the person who draws up the plays, hesitation on how you're protecting them, how they're handled, what you do with them.
Yeah, I think when injuries, common sense would answer that question. How have they gotten hurt? I'm sorry Josh got a concussion when he hit the ground. So that's the 4th one you're talking about. I'm sorry our quarterback got his elbow bent backwards on a normal drop back pass. I'm sorry on a drop back pass, someone rolled up on Jimmy's ankle. And then we have a dual threat quarterback who got hurt running the ball. So to throw all those 4 in that category, no quarterbacks got hurt when we had to hand it off the whole second half. So we can look into that.
That was a real snarky remark by Kyle Shanahan, man. Real snarky. It sounds like to me like my guy's ready for a vacation because you didn't win that conversation by saying that. We all got eyes. We all have brains. We're all not the coach of the San Francisco 49ers. We're all not the general manager of the San Francisco 49ers. But we all got common sense. And common sense says if you got 4 quarterbacks and they all got injured in the same year, there's something that could have been done to prevent things. We all understand it's football and people get injured on regular plays all the time. But there's still things you can do to prevent injuries. That's the point. And especially at the most important position on the team, man. I don't know. I wasn't too happy with this. I feel like they didn't really have the back of the quarterbacks, took no ownership and made it seem like it was like their fault or something. Like, come on, man. That ain't cool to me. Not at all. I believe in Trey. I believe in Brock. I'm glad that's the direction that we're headed in. I'm glad that Brock seems like it's going to be about a 6-month timetable so we can at least have 2 quarterbacks come training camp. It just seems awfully weird, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be too much change. Seems like if he had Trey right now, he'd run the same play and be like, oh, well. But hey, who am I? I'm just somebody speaking on it, right? All right, man. We're going to holla at y'all on the next one. I just had to get that out there. Holla at y'all, Room Service Gang.